Greetings, greetings. This is going to be part of kind of a live series where I'm going to go through the process of creating a brand new Reftoon from start to finish. So I'm going to start off with what do I do to get the ideas? What do I do to find reference images or whatever needs to be done, and then I'll get into the drawing of the illustration. So I'll probably string this together. It's going to be a few different live streams because I'm not able to sit down and do the whole thing right now, but it'll be a few live streams that I'll end up putting together into one big video showing the entire process from start to finish without any cuts, just so that you can kind of see the time that goes into these. Also, got the Jeremiah 17:9 t-shirts. The heart is deceitful above all else. Who can know it? Those are available at reftoons.com. So today I am going to work on an Anne Bradstreet illustration. If you don't know who Anne Bradstreet was, I think she was a Puritan, and she was the first Puritan poet. I think first something. She was a Puritan poet, and she wrote some really good poems back in the 1600s. One of which is what I'm going to be working on today for the illustration. So the first thing I do is I'll look through various documents and things like that, trying to find and decipher whether a quote that I find is actually from the person or not, because sometimes I'll find quotes that are not actually from the person who it says that they are from. One of the things I use is this Free Grace Broadcaster. You can get these. This is a free publication that you can receive in the mail from Chapel Library. After the live stream, I'll put the links down in the description of the live video, and the live video will be available for replay. So I'll put that link down there. I think it's, chapellibrary.org is the website. And so this has people like Octavius Winslow, John Flavel, Stephen Charnock, Charles Spurgeon. It's just various snippets of some of their sermons or books. So I sometimes use that. I also will use a website called gracequotes.org. So they have hundreds of authors listed on there with just various quotes from them. I'll look for like Puritans or Reformers, things that I know are going to be in the public domain. I'll find quotes that I like from them, and quotes that I like from them. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. I was trying to get this over on the screen. So here it is, Grace Quotes. I will look around, find quotes for them, and then I will take them into Google Books. Hold on. I think I have that open already. There we go. Take them into Google Books. I'll type in the quote, and it'll get me some references. So let me just type in Anne Bradstreet. So I can go down here. So 1897, I know that's going to be in the public domain. So grab this, the poems of Mrs. Anne Bradstreet. So it has all of these, and then I can actually close this, open the PDF, prove that I'm a human. I don't know if that was correct. Apparently it was. Then the book will load, and I'll be able to see like how whether this actually is a quote of hers or not. So, and I can use the find feature. So for this one, I found the word anvil. I already did this previously beforehand. It's our quote. So I'll grab that. I'll throw it into my idea sheet. Here's my Google Docs idea sheet. I have Anne Bradstreet. Can't say it. The Poems of Mrs. Anne Bradstreet, published 1897. So copy that, and then I'll paste it into my document. So then I'll open Clip Studio Paint, and this is what I use to illustrate. So I'll create a new document. The width is going to be 11 inches, height 8.5 inches, resolution 300 dpi, color, and okay. So I have my document here. I'm going to create a text box. Put my quote in there. Take off the quotation marks. Wrong button. Okay. Create a new box here with just that information on there so that I can grab each one if I need to move it out of the way. Okay, so for this particular illustration, it's going to be what I call the character standing in front of the quote illustration. And it's just, you've seen me do these before. It is where I have the quote on one side and the character on the other. So now that I have the quote, I'm going to go to my reference images, pull those into the document. If I can find them. There we go. All right, so here are my reference images. So with my reference images in place here, I can easily look at them. So I'm gonna shorten these text boxes so I have this space to work with to do the illustration on. I'm gonna find my pen. There it is. And first thing I'm going to do is grab a color and my sketch pencil brush. Oh, my opacity is turned down. That's why it's so light colored. Okay. So iron, till it be thoroughly heated, is incapable to be wrought. So I'll go through the quote and I'll look for anything that may jump out at me as an illustration. So we have like iron. I don't know how to depict a piece of iron. We've got iron, heat. So we've got fire. Could be flames of some sort. I'm just jotting down picture ideas. Incapable to be wrought. So God sees good to cast. So likewise, God sees good to cast some men into the furnace of affliction. So you got like a furnace. Or like a wood stove or something. I don't know. Furnace of affliction. And then beats them on his anvil into what frame he pleases. So we got an anvil. And as a lifelong Looney Tunes fan, I love the idea of drawing an anvil into one of my tunes. And we've got, let's see, you need a hammer in order to beat something on an anvil. So this is our imagery. And since it's going to be a quote with the person standing next to it, it's going to be more like she's here, possibly working at the anvil, pounding something. I don't know, maybe she's wearing this hat here. Actually, no, I'm not going to do the hat, because if I draw that, it'll just look like a fireman's hat. So these are some of the thoughts that go through my head as I'm doing things like this. And let's see here. She needs to be looking down. So sometimes I will sketch it out one way and then reposition it another way. If that's the case, then her shoulder's going to be up like that. And then her elbow's going to be up like that. So it's going to be more like this. Rather than that. Now, the issue is, what is it going to be? Now, this is where I would do some more reference image searching. So I'm going to look for, what does unwrought iron look like? Okay. So we got something like this. So this is what I will do. I thought about having like a little man on here that he's pounding on, like, or iron turning into a man or something like that. But then I didn't want that to give the wrong impression, like it's almost saying that she is God, because it's saying God casts some men into the furnace of affliction and then beats them on his anvil. So she's just going to be demonstrating. She's going to have this piece of iron. She's going to have like gloves on. Maybe some goggles. No. Get that hair in there. She'll have a bow on. We'll add to her hair will be long right there. She's got that, but she's also going to be wearing kind of this apron thing, metal worker's apron. So I'm going to take away all of these things now that I kind of have the basic idea down. Oh, I drew on the wrong layer. So I'm going to just take that and put it on a different layer. Combine those two layers. And then I'm going to take this text. I'm going to increase the size over here. I'm gonna select the whole thing, and it's gonna go up to 30. No, that's too much. How about 25? There we go. I'm going to add some of what I think the punctuation should be, because it kind of seems weird. It's incapable to be wrought. And then I'm going to put this on a separate line here. Okay, so now that I know kind of the placement, the size of things here, I can move them over and kind of redo some of my underlaying artwork here. And actually, I wonder, so this is going to be kind of set in some iron ore kind of stuff. This is going to be kind of shiny iron itself here. Let's get some more ore up here. Yeah, just to give it kind of a different look here. Because I typically do like a paper parchment type of thing for these types of images, but I think for this one, going with the theme of iron ore and being wrought in the fire, I think this is going to be a lot better. All right, so I've got that. Now I want to look up a reference image for an anvil. Let's do 1600s anvil. Okay. So we have a few different images here. I think I'll go with this one. Has some nice texture to it. Plus it shows a front and back, side view. Okay. Let's do a different layer for these. And close my anvil window. Okay. So it's going to be, I kind of want to angle it forward. Give it kind of a three-quarter view from the front angle here. So I'm going to draw the, just going to draw it large for now, and then I'm going to shrink it to the size that I'll need for the illustration. Erase the unneeded lines. Give it a little bit of texture here and there. Okay, each bend and curve of the anvil has its specific purpose. I know that much about anvils. We have a place here called Old World, Wisconsin, and sometimes there's a blacksmith working in one of the sheds, as if he were actually from the 1800s, and you go in there and he teaches you all about the anvil and all of his equipment, what it's used for. It's pretty cool. All right, shrink that down. Put it on a stump of wood like they're typically used on. Get some cracks in the wood. Give it a little texture, a little life. Okay, and this is just the sketch phase still, so we'll get into inking once the sketch phase is done. That'll be a separate video though. So she is going to be on another separate layer, and I'm going to get the pose down first. Now for my characters, I typically do like this bean style body shape here. Now she's going to have a dress on. It's going to cover her feet, so I won't really need to draw her legs much, but I at least want to have the structure of where the legs go here. She's going to have her arm up like this. So that means that's going to go that. Her hip's going to go like that. There we go. It's important to know the human body structure, at least, so you can get these things as believable. Even though they're cartoons, you want to get the gestures believable. Maybe I'll put like a furnace in the background too. Maybe like a pile of, I feel like this area needs something. We'll give it like a pile of ore. Okay, so using my fundamentals of drawing, I'm going to draw a cylinder. And what's this? A box. Those really do come in handy. And that's all skewed because I wasn't following the same path for these lines as the stick. So they should all be there we go. Alright, so now I get this turned off. Let's turn off that layer. And, well, actually, no. I'm just going to do this. Get some of this taken away so it's not so messy looking and I can actually tell what's going on here. She needs a neck. Okay. Now I feel like I can build this up a little bit better. We'll get that back on. Slide this reference image back over. That bow thing on her, but then I'm also going to add this apron. She's going to have her, she's got her floofy sleeves here. Erase that part so it's easier to draw, and she's gonna have like big old gloves on, metalworking gloves, of course. Her hair is going to be kind of frayed out from the heat. You can change the pose so it's a little bit more active, like she's actively working on something here, laying the fingers, get this iron ore spread out on top of the anvil. She's got the poofy dress on under this. Her little boots here. Apron right there. All right. Where is the anvil? Okay, I can turn that layer off. So I have these two layers here. There. I'll wait. So that's my process for creating the rough sketch. Let me get back over here. So that's the process for the rough sketch. I will do the next video on how well, actually that was the rough sketch to the pencil stage. So the next video I'll do will be how I lay in the ink work, the line art. Although I may have some more ideas for different things to add to the background, because I feel like it needs a little bit more elements to it. It's a little boring right now, a little obvious. I feel like it needs a little bit more. So I'm going to think about this. So that's another part of the process, is stopping at the sketch phase and thinking a little bit more about what might need to be added, what could be redone. Maybe I'll just redo the entire thing. I'm not sure, but that'll be the next video I do. I'll do that live, and then again, once all these are completed, I'll string them all together into one long video, post it on the YouTube channel, and see how that goes from there. Again, you can get the Jeremiah Heart t-shirt at reftoons.com. Jeremiah 17:9, the heart is deceitful above all else. And I'll see you next time, I guess. Oh, if you want to support the work of RefToons, I'm just one person making all the tunes and all the things here at RefToons. You can go to my Patreon, patreon.com/RefToons. You could sign up for a small donation, and you'll get some exclusive content over there. I'm showing previews of the John Calvin graphic novel adaptation over there. Right now there's a 5-page preview. There's also another comic series that I'm working on called, what is it called? Herman Newt? No. Adventures in Theology? No. Exploring Theology with Herman Newt. So many different names of things that I'm trying to keep under control in my head. But yeah, Exploring Theology with Herman Newt. It's a comic series I'm working on, and I'm only posting it for paid subscribers over on Patreon. So thank you all for your support and for checking out this video. Hit the like button, subscribe to RefToons YouTube channel, and I will see you next time. Have a good day.